have taken part in the 1995 and 2000 World Cup, winning just one game. Looking at their discipline this morning, you can kind of understand that. Let's cross back to Parramatta Stadium for the second half. It's Phil Clark, Mike Stevenson and Bill Arthur.
Yes, Ireland very much in the hunt here, buoyed by that first half performance. They led for a while. They're only 2 points behind this big physical Tongan side, who've played their part in World Cup history. A memorable game in 1995 when they were involved in a World Cup classic. They led New Zealand, a bit like Ireland's situation against Tonga tonight. They led New Zealand 24-12 with 10 minutes to go at Wilderspool in Warrington it was, and the Kiwis won it 25-24 in extra time, courtesy of a Matthew Ridge drop goal. Are we going to get some dramatics on that scale here this evening? Can Ireland stay the course? That's the question now, whether, after a big effort in the first half, whether they can replicate that in the second, Phil.
I think the big test first for Ireland are the next 10 minutes, because it will be a dynamic and powerful beginning to this second period, with the Tongan side having rested, taken on board some fluid and some messages from their coach Jimmy Dimmock, and with the majority of the support inside this ground here tonight, I think a determination to put to one side the frustrations from the first half and show us just how well they can play.
I think the most important factor that Jim Dimmock would have got across to his players is A, keep your mouth shut. Their discipline was very poor in the first 40 minutes, and they've also perhaps got to be a little bit more careful in regard to looking for the offload, then panic from time to time, get themselves a good position, and then they can start the fancy play.
There's Mick Cassidy then, first touch in the second half for Barrow's veteran front rower, Mick Cassidy. And Ireland need to maintain their composure. And being adventurous there, that's another high tackle.
Mate, still contact with the head.
And Steve Ganson immediately whistling into action in the second half.
Well, again, that's the benefit of having an offload. Gareth Haggerty got the ball to Fitzpatrick, and then the Tongan defence a little bit out of place. Footwork all at sea, and Wassile just stepped by Fitzpatrick.
Hold.
Throws the arm up around his neck.
Go.
And Ireland quite happy here now to enter their opponent's half.
Well, they almost reverse out of it in actual fact. It was Harrison who struggled to make any headroad. And now here's Gareth Haggerty, and the Harlequins man gets the ball away, and it's back with Harrison, and he'll try his luck again. The Warrington youngster, just 20 years of age, Ben Harrison. And there's McIlaurin now. Good run from him. He's tackled 20 metres out. Off goes Stuart Littler, and Littler straightening up. Well, he bounces off the first challenge. Just the Salford City red. And Tonga almost back on their own try line now. Fitzpatrick, and Ireland threatening at the start of this second half. That's the fifth tackle. Grix plays the ball, and Fitzpatrick, he'll hoist the kick, and Richards will challenge for this one, and Richards has got it, and he's got it down, has he? He's lost it, and Steve Ganson, without any hesitation, I thought he might go to the video ref, Paul Simpkins yet again, but he had a good view of that, and Richards, well, he towered above everybody else, did everything right, but Phil.
But ground the ball over the line. It is one of the strengths. They've gone to him twice now in this game, and having almost taken in the ball, it just slides off his thigh. And that's a massive relief for Tonga.
Good option though, isn't it, with the fact that Pat Richards, one of the tallest players out on the field of play. They've utilised that kick on several occasions. It's important now that Ireland show their quality in defence like they did in the last quarter of that first half.
Well, it's an encouraging start to the second half for this Irish side. Richards has got to be careful with this kick. It's happened to them once already tonight, and they paid the price when Cooper Vuna scored. Richards was desperately hoping that that was going to go dead. Well, let's go down to the sidelines here, get a view from the Irish camp. Barry McDermott's with Ben Pro down there.
Yeah, we were talking about Jim Dimmock's messages to the Tonga camp. What was Andy Kelly saying in the Ireland dressing room?
Do you know what, Ben? We haven't built much pressure. We've got in good field positions and done okay, but we haven't built the pressure. We haven't been able to make the Tongans defend and work out their own line, and that's the messages we gave to them. They're hitting us pretty strong up the middle, making our big men do a lot of defence, but we knew that, set out 2 weeks ago and identified that they'd do that.
It was a terrible start for you, but those 2 tries from Damien Blanche and Michael Platt got you right back into the game. How disappointing was the try from Luna at the end of that first period?
You know, he's had a good game, and like I said, we knew what to expect when we set off 2 weeks ago, but it's a little bit disappointing, but such is life. Platty's had a good game, he knows what he's done, and I'm sure he'll fix it up in the second half.
Many good judges predicting this would be strongly fancying Tonga, but Ireland certainly giving themselves a lot of pride and every chance now to go on and win the match.
That's what happens when you come to the Southern Hemisphere, Ben, because the names are unfamiliar, they don't respect you enough, and I'm sure some of the boys, if we can do what we said and work to the structure that we set out with, then I'm sure we can do okay in this one.
Thanks, Barry.
Tonga on the attack at the moment, and that's the 5th tackle. Ireland having to defend deep in their own half, and it's the kick ahead this time. That one is too strong. It was the kick from Feleti Matteo. That's probably the worst kick he's put in all night.
It was actually the one back against the floor player, really. And he did have teammates up in support for the kick. The Tongan side with the number 7 just receiving treatment, Tefao. Of course, he also a kicker of the ball for the Tongan side. Looks as though he may be leaving the field.
So Ireland in possession. 12-10 the scoreline in favour of Tonga. And Ireland hanging on in there.
Well, they probably moved Michael Jennings, should I say, into scrum half position. Make a combination with Feleti Matteo.
It's the Irish with Gareth Haggerty. His dad Roy was a Lions tourist in this part of the world in the 1980s, 1988. Not a good pass, and Richards has to retreat to pick it up, runs across the field, and finds Michael Platt, and Platt playing ducks and drakes with Tavita Leolatu. Richards again, and he's tackled on the halfway line.
Well, let's just look at the quality of the chase here now. I know that they'll get the kick away with Fitzpatrick off the left boot. But how many players are chasing this?
It's not a bad one either. It's Michael Jennings who'll retrieve that, and Jennings across the field. He runs into the challenge of McAlorum, it was.
Hold, go.
So Tonga coming from deep and giving the ball a little bit of width with Essie Tonga, and Tonga then. Vuna plays the ball. And Ireland just having to backpedal. Willie Manu it was with that latest run, and gets the penalty. Mick Cassidy just trying to delay things, and the penalty count just starting to even up a bit. Well, it's got a fair way to go to even up in actual fact, but Tonga seeing their fair share of penalties now.
They lost that set from the very first play when Jennings brought the ball back quickly and got up to play the ball so fast. Then on every back of set from that, Ireland really back-footing and struggling. Cassidy's conceded the penalty, and I've said it's the opening 10 minutes that Tonga will be at the most powerful here.
We're talking of powerful, here's Manu Akopua. That's pretty powerful defence from the Irish to meet him. Didn't like that. Big histrionics as he gets to his feet, looking for a penalty. Manu.
The one thing about these players from Tonga, they're not too shy at having a word with the referee, are they?
Well, that's been the problem. Here is Tavita Leolatu taking them on himself. The sizable Tongan contingent in the crowd make themselves heard. That is a great kick. Oh, if that had come off from Matteo, it would have been some try. But it, fortunate for the Irish, ended up in the hands of Michael Platt. But that was audacious.
He can do things nobody else can do on this field. In fact, very few people in rugby league are as skillful as Feleti Matteo. Look at the kick here, look, it's perfect. Bounces up, bounces back. He throws the ball back, hoping for it to find a teammate. But Michael Platt redeems himself from the error of the first half. Such a skillful play. You can see why the Tongans are so keen to put the ball in his hands. He makes things happen in this game.
Been very warm out there throughout this day, and of course it's still a little bit humid, and you just wonder who has got the most petrol left in the tank.
Fourth goal line dropout from the Irish, and the ball solidly run back by Sam Moa. Four of the Irishmen stand their ground, eventually stop him. Leolatu. Back on the inside side to the captain, Lapini Beer. O'Carroll was hanging on, pushing his luck there. Here is Tony Williams. Late call into the side when Guttenbeil was forced to pull out with a knee problem. Tavita Leolato, Folletti Matteo now. Here is Jennings. Jennings stabs a kick in. Not the best one, and it's picked up by Damien Blanche, and Blanche is being dragged back towards his own try line. Good work from the winger.
He kicked rather early in the tackle count. The third player then when Jennings put the ball to boot, and perhaps a sense of the frustration. There, Mike Simbin. Folletti Matteo has spoken to the referee once too often. And for the second time in this match, Tonga will be down to just 12 men for 10 minutes.
How stupid is that? So much talent just wasted. And it could cost them the game. On the second occasion, Tonga have been down to 12 men. Well, I know what they should buy him for Christmas, a whistle for Folletti Matteo.
The original penalty for the Tongans not standing square, and then they compounded that with that back chat, so they're down to 12 men again, and there's another penalty. And the touch judge, I think, was involved in that call, because it's the touch judge who's getting a bit of a tongue lashing from the Tongan players on this occasion. So once again, this Tongan indiscipline is just giving Ireland the opportunity to stay in the game. Not just stay in the game, but put a bit of pressure on the Tongan defence.
Well, they've learned from the first half. They have to take advantage, though, of these opportunities, because Tonga will have some tries left in them in the game. Ireland pushing through to the line there with Finnegan. Needs support around the ball carrier.
Here's Eamon O'Carroll. O'Carroll is Tandy, in fact, charging that ball towards the line, and another penalty. And the Tongans look dumbfounded at this, and Lapini Beer is, instead of being called over, he knows what the form is now, even before Steve Ganson had turned round then.
Mate, it's just gone a bit. It wasn't dominant, it's a dangerous tackle. Okay, it's dangerous. Lifting him off the ground.
And Lapini Beer came marching over. He wanted to talk to the referee then.
Well, they're looking confused. The referee saying you're not allowed to take a man off the ground. You are, but you can't take him over the horizontal. Not so sure that was the case.
Lee Doran is tackled. It's a great opportunity this for the Irish.
Good play.
Littler trying to spin out of that first tackle. Tonga right on their own try line. They lead here by 12 points to 10 at the Parramatta Stadium. McIlorum fancies his chances himself, but he's back to where he started. The Tongans quickly closing him down. Fitzpatrick finds Griggs. Griggs, they go out wide. They come back in field with Gleeson. Gleeson gets the ball out wide, and Blanche has got another. His second of the game. Or has he?
Yes, he has. The finger's been pointed by the referee. And what a superb bit of centre play there from Sean Gleeson. Some real quality involved. They had to get the ball wide as quickly as possible. You see the gaps out wide here. Only two defenders defending about 20 metres of land. And the ball goes from Finnegan into the arms of Gleeson. He steps back on the inside. And even when he has two men around him, even Jennings over the top, there's the skillful right-handed one-arm pass put onto the chest of Damien Blanche for another try in this game. And this one a pretty easy one from his perspective. All the work done by Gleeson there, riding through the tackle and presenting an easy second score for Damien Blanche in the right corner on the back of some great field position and possession. Turned over by Tonga with a number of penalties and perhaps a little bit of a doubt of whether the pass went forward, but Ireland have to ride their luck and they score the first try of the second half.
Fully deserved as well. He's had an outstanding game as a winger. He had to get through a lot of work when Tonga was on top in the opening 15 minutes. On two occasions he came back when Michael Platt, the Irish fullback, was a little bit dodgy, came to the rescue, and his second try of the game.
And Pat Richards looking to convert it from way out on the touchline. He's belted that one, but it's wide of the target, but Ireland defying the experts here to lead by 14 points to 12. They'll be cheering that try in Wakefield. It was the combination of Gleeson and Blanche that got them over the try line. The Wildcats doing the job for the Irish. And who'd have thought it, that they would be ahead against this Tongan side, indisciplined Tongan side, but the Irish do have problems. Let's get news on that from Ben.
It's Tonga who've got the problems, Bill. They've handed Ireland the lead. Sam Moore already in the, or off the field, I should say, for disciplinary reasons, and Joel Taufeu is off the field for medical reasons. It was a right calf strain is the diagnosis. He pulled up immediately in some pain. He's gone straight to the medical room and is being assessed by the medical staff of Tonga. It's a right calf strain, and we don't know yet how severe it is.
Oh, and Fitzpatrick has misjudged that. He should have let it go.
The touch judge has already waved, indicated to Steve Ganson it'll be a dropout. Well, how many times do we see that?
Well,
after you score a try, no doubt about it. He tried to kid the touch judge, but he was too smart. Swinging arm again. Well, when will this Tonga side learn? Okay, they've got the dropout. They'll receive the football, but some of the swinging arms.
To be fair to Carl Fitzpatrick, if he'd left that one, it would have found the field of play. So he was on a bit of a hopeless task there. Just couldn't keep his balance. So from the goal line dropout, Tonga come ferociously charging back. But again, that's great defence from the Irish, and they are pumped up for this, and backslaps all round. You'd think they'd won the game. You'd think that was the final whistle. Oh, what a celebration that is.
You need to play this game with emotion, and Ireland have done that. Stuart Littler bounced out of the way in the first challenge here. It's a one-on-one challenge. Okay, sent backwards, but he doesn't concede the effort. He picks and drives the man over the sideline with the assistance of Finnegan. And Jim Dimmock, the Tongan coach, can't believe why he took him on down that short side. So close to the sideline. There was so much field in play, land in play to go for.
There's one thing showing your energy, there's another thing when you show your strength, but far too often the players from Tonga, they want to prove to the opposition they're bigger, they're stronger. You've got to play rugby league.
Well, Ireland have done this before. They've earned the ball back, they've won the possession, but then they haven't taken care of it. Can they do so this time? Tandy very nearly got cleaned out then. I think it was Etu Wasile who came looking for him.
Well, some of the Tonga players, they're losing their cool. They're getting frustrated, and that can only mean one thing. They'll come out of the defensive line, they'll try for the big hit, and they'll leave the gaps.
And they're going for it again out wide, and Gleeson again with good hands finds Damien Blanche, and Blanche gets the ball back in field. It wasn't the best of decisions. Now then, the touch judge's flag is up, but who had the ball?
This should be head and feed to Ireland.
There's an Irish player down off the ball. I think it will, no, in fact, it was Sean Gleeson who took an almighty challenge when he passed that ball on to Damien Blanche.
Well, this has been the most exciting and competitive of the World Cup games we've seen today. I think this one's really going to go all the way now, because both sides are prepared to go the full distance. And in fact, if you look at the badge on the Tongan Rugby League jersey, it says Mate Me Tonga, which translates to die for your country, die for Tonga. And the way that the Tongan players have played, they prefer to go that far.
Now then, Steve Ganson, as we look at this replay.
He got it away in time before he went anywhere near the whitewash. He's having a top game, isn't he? Sean Gleeson. A couple of wonderful offloads. Passes out to his winger.
And Ireland get head and feed at the scrum after that deliberating. So that is another good result for them. Platt takes the ball up.
Basic rugby league football, that's all Ireland have to do now. Get themselves into a good position. Just to irritate their opposition by little kick into the corner, into the in-goal area. There's a second stick away.
What a great game we've got on here. Ireland ahead by 14 points to 12. Another big hit. This is a massive match. You read the stuff in the papers this morning, this tournament's all done and dusted. Ireland's win last night means it's over. No interest to anybody else. Condescending hosts saying that there's nothing in it. But here come the Irish. They are determined to prove that there are other teams involved in this tournament other than the Aussies. Oh, another big hit. And Ireland get it back. It's Leolata who snaps it up.
Whoa.
And Ireland are going to give it back.
This is the best bit of rugby league we've seen so far. I think will get better here now because Ireland are lifting to this challenge. They were not prepared to roll over and die.
Well, I think this is the toughest we've seen in the competition so far. Bang. Oh, and then came another. Oh, dearie me.
Bezic couldn't keep a hold of that ball under pressure. Ireland under pressure now. As Willie Manu, who knows so many of these opposition players, of course, from his time in the UK, Willie Manu. Ireland coming down the short side. They just keep a grip on Talanoa. He manages to get the ball away under pressure. That's the last tackle, says Steve Ganson. It's good again, defence from the Irish. And Leolatu is under pressure. He's looking to keep the ball alive. They do keep the ball alive on the last tackle, and this is Tongan flair. The crowd rise to their feet. They're in for the try, and Etu Wasile will get this one for the Tongans. And they came from nowhere with that try, from inside their own half, on the last tackle. Tavita Leolatu looked as though they'd penned him in, managing to find his way out. And the rest is history.
Well, individual efforts to put the kicker under pressure on the last play are an invitation for trouble against a side with the skill here, like Tonga. There were then one man going up, taking the line, until Wasile got the ball. 2v1 through chance. We saw really Tonga at their very best here. Broken field play, men able to support and keep the ball alive, and then charging forward to that try line, a sense that they could score and put their side ahead here. What a wonderful score there now from Tonga, and we really do have a game on our hands.
Well, he's applauding his side, and he has every right to do so. That has been the try of the competition so far. Determination and skill factor from the hooker, Tavita Latu, got them away, finished by the big centre. Wow, what a game. It's had everything. Bit of controversy, couple of forward passes that have been given, some have been pulled back.
Tony Williams taking on the kicking duties because, of course, Joel Taufau is off the field. Coletti Matteo is back on the field for Tonga. They're up to full strength again as Williams lands another 2 points and Tonga go 18 points to 14 ahead. Now, are they going to kick on from here, or are we once again going to see the Irish rise to the challenge? They've shown great characters thus far tonight here at the Parramatta Stadium to live with these Tongans. They couldn't live with them here.
Well, it's amazing that their only kicker really on the field for Tonga at that time then was Tavita Leolatu. I'm not so sure whether he could kick the ball accurately. In the end, the pressure meant he didn't, and it turned out to be a good result for the red jerseys.
That's another big charge, another big hit. It was Ryan Tandy who put it on Antonio Kafusi. 2 tackles gone for the Tongans. Here's SC Tonga. He'll play the ball just inside his own 40, and scooting run from Kimi Wasi it is, and Wasi gets the pass away. Good defence from Damien Blanche. It needed to be, because Feti Talanoa might have been away there. They could still be in, and suddenly they're rampant. That ball has come loose. Paul Simpkins will adjudicate. Tonga celebrate the try, but it might be premature from Michael Jennings.
Well, it looked a knock on from the first look. We'll have to wait and see whether it was a knock on. It certainly came clear. Manu gets the ball away.
Comes backwards anyway, straight into the hands of Jennings. Good pick-up try.
Well, on the slow motion replay, it looks okay. Oh, it was reefed out there by Lee Doran. This will be a try. Lee Doran has got a hand to this, I feel.
Even if Lee Doran isn't
Yep,
just
you're right,
to touch
Phil.
the ball, the ball goes backwards anyway.
You're spot on. And he takes it cleanly. This will be TRY time.
Is it back-to-back tries for Tonga? Michael Jennings looking for the decision, which will mean his second try of the night, his second try in the colours of Tonga, in actual fact. Ireland have come marching from the try line, anticipating a decision in their favour.
Well, some people would say that that is a lucky try, but there is nothing lucky about Michael Jennings being so close to the ball as it bounced in his favour. It is denied.
Ooh, well, how on earth has he got that? That is amazing. That is unbelievable. I think the official has definitely got that wrong. He's claiming to the official out there it's not Steve Ganson's fault.
Well, a lot of the Tongan supporters have got T-shirts on saying, "Come and visit Tonga." I don't think either the video referee or the referee will be welcome at immigration control should they get there.
But it's only served to fire up the Tongan support here tonight. It's not going to go down as one of the biggest crowds of this World Cup tournament, but I tell you what, they've had value for money here in various shapes and forms. Some great drama, some great commitment, no shortage of controversy.
What a
and
game.
There's still plenty of time to go. Who knows what could happen here?
I'm just saying, Bill, what a game Damien Blanche has had. He's been involved in everything. Scored 2 tries, worked hard.
Platt gets the ball to Finnegan, and Finnegan finds a Tongan reception committee. That's the 5th tackle. Finnegan leaving the Bradford Bulls, bound for the Huddersfield Giants. And then Richards hoists that kick. It's maybe a little bit too deep, although they've spilled it, and Tonga have come up with the error, and Ireland will get it back.
Oh, it's play on. It's play on.
Now then, Steve Ganson, I thought his whistle had gone off by accident then, but he's given the penalty to Tonga, offside I think against the Irish.
Well, in front of the kicker, and that's a tragedy really. If you are in front of the kicker, you must stay more than 10 metres from the ball as it comes down. And they didn't have that discipline there. Well, it's very close call, isn't it? A great kick by Pat Richards. Look, it was higher than the stands and the screen show here. Fumbled by Tonga.
I'm just saying, Phil, he tried his damnedest, did Pat Richards, to get in front of all of his players, put them onside, just couldn't get there in time. We mentioned the fact that the final quarter would be a problem. How much gas would either side have left in the tank? It's been a classic. So exciting.
It's been brutal at times as well. Luaki will play the ball for Tonga, just inside the Irish half. And it's the captain, Lapini Bea. And Tonga just threatening up the middle of the field and then bringing the ball wide to Tony Williams, another talented young man, 19 years old, Williams. And not the most popular man here in Parramatta, Tony Williams. They were hoping that he would stay and continue his career at this club, but he's signed for Manly of all people. Here they come again with Feleti Matteo, gets the ball away. And it's with Loaki. That's the 5th tackle, just in front of the posts. Sam Moa, back to Feleti Matteo, chips the kick in. Tonga player was taken out, it was Jennings who was cleaned out. Tonga appeal, Steve Ganson says nothing doing, Ireland have the ball back.
It appears as though Matteo has a series of golf clubs, doesn't he? Whichever he pulls out the bag determines the kick. That was such a short ship, wasn't it, over the line here. Just dinks it over the top, it only goes probably 10 feet in the air. Jennings collides with an Irish jersey, and Finnegan came up with possession. Tandy is it this time, charging it forward. This is a slugfest.
Ryan Tandy, the West Tigers player. Oh, that's good work from Damien Blanche, scooting through there, and the Tongans didn't see him coming. That's the halfway line. On the last tackle, needs to be a good kick from Richards. He'll go to the air again. This time, can he put his teammates onside? Oh, and he's made another hash of it, and they will get head and feet at the scrum this time. And Jennings, the golden boy, comes up with the error. He is not infallible.
Well, it looks almost, doesn't it, as if it's going to be Ireland's turn to score. We've gone tit for tat for some time now. The ball goes through his arms and the referee says that's a knock-on.
Bad technique, shocking technique. Any youngster watching that, you've got to raise the arms and embrace the ball into your chest. He had them below his shoulders. There's always an opportunity you're going to lose possession, but what about the height on that kick?
So Ireland, through the boot of Pat Richards, had a great season, of course, with the Wigan Warriors. Not least that playoff game against the Catalan Dragons. Well, that was an eventful night and a night to remember for Wigan. Can this be a night to remember for Irish Rugby League? Of course, still in its infancy, the game in Ireland. But what a fillip this would be to that sport. to those players from the Dublin Blues and the Treaty City Titans, clubs like that, and they get another penalty to Ireland.
Working right back to the front.
And they've given up complaining of Tonga. There's just a shrug of the shoulders this time. Here's Tandy. Tandy taking them on. Just 4 points in it.
They're looking very tired, the Tonga defence.
The pass finds Griggs. Griggs taking them on. Very nearly beating them as well. It's Fileti Matteo just making sure he can delay things a little bit more. Platt drifting across the field. Still drifting across the field, Michael Platt. Eventually it's Tony Williams who gets a grip of him. Plays that ball. Tandy comes on the charge, but charges straight in, and it's Williams again who makes the tackle for Tonga. They play the ball. This time they go to the air. Blanche in for a hat-trick, is he? He is! Or has he got that ball down?
He's got it down.
Well, it's going to be another video ref decision.
Onside and grounding.
I reckon he's got it down.
Grounding is the cry. And Damien Blanche is celebrating. I wonder if he ran out of room.
No, he's got it down, I'm sure. He's pretty confident too.
It's amazing the amount of time that Liam Finn's given here. And then he puts the kick. Look at the gap and the distance that he has outside of Tonga. Up in the air, takes the ball. Does he ground it? Even the touch judge wasn't convinced.
I think he gets it down. Yep,
yes.
That's a try.
He's got his hat-trick. Damien Blanche, Wakefield Trinity Wildcats winger, has got surely the decision from Paul Simkis there to get the try. Liam Finn only just on the field, the Dewsbury Rams half-back. Of course, a hero in that 16-all draw against the Lebanon last year to qualify for this tournament. It was his kick. Has it set up the try? It has. The level again. Unbelievable. Here at the Parramatta Stadium. And the Irish, the Blarney Army, are celebrating over there on the far side in the Mick Cronin stand.
What a beautiful play as well by Liam Finn. Perfect kick into the corner, and if there's anybody out there deserves a hat-trick tonight, it's Mr. Blanche. The Green Machine. Boy, it's oiled well and truly tonight, and it's running smoothly, courtesy of this guy. And we are in for a thriller. Smile, young fella, you deserve it.
It'll be oiled later on as well if they get the win here. Oh, the kick is a fantastic one from the sidelines from Richards as well. He looks completely composed, but he's just kicked Ireland into a 20 points to 18 lead. The World Cup is only a few days old. We've had 2 hat-tricks already. Lee Smith for England, now Damien Blanche for the Irish.
Well, Ireland could shock the world here tonight with a win. It would be a massive upset in these parts. Tonga heavily fancied. Now, this is that high. It actually goes over the top of the right up post. In fact, some of the Irish players think it missed. Irish staff thought it had missed.
You know, from that angle, it certainly looked that way, but there was no hesitation. The 2 flags, they went straight up.
Well, Tonga started the day with frustration. That Supreme Court ruling denying them the services of Fuifi Moimoi and Taniela Tiaki. More frustration for them here tonight. Players in the sin bin, the penalty count stacked against them, and the scoreline against them at the moment.
And the other stat in their favour is that Ireland actually can make more changes. They've still got 4 substitutions, 4 changes to be able to make. Tonga down just to 2 now, with over 10 minutes to go.
This has been an amazing effort, you know, by the Irish. There were so much the underdogs before the kickoff. I spoke to Andy Kelly before the match, and he was very disappointed with some of the media who not only wrote them off, but said that it was a waste of time actually coming out here. You try telling that to the Green Machine.
Well, some of the media have written the tournament off already, reading this morning's papers. Well, I hope they're watching this, because this is what a World Cup tournament is all about. And Ireland are demonstrating that. And they've got the ball back. Some great defence, and Tavita Leolatu, his frustration showing there, comes diving in to make the tackle. And Tonga really are getting very annoyed now.
They're in the panic mode. They are desperate.
Here's Littler. There's some seasoned campaigners out there in this Irish side. Stuart Little are among them. They need to keep their heads as well. Just over 10 minutes on the clock. Platt looking for somewhere to go. It's Gareth Haggerty who is his route. Now that ball was stolen, was it?
Play on. No, knock on.
Steve Ganson will bring him back and saying there was a Tongan knock on there. He's looking towards the touch judge. And
It's an Irish feed.
All going their way. I hate to say this, but earlier on this afternoon, Phil Clark did predict an almighty World Cup upset here. He said that Ireland would win.
Well, it's certainly on the cards and fully deserved of the way that they have dug deep. But I have to say, if there's any side actually talk their way to a loss, it's got to be the lads in red.
And they've picked the wrong referee to talk to as well, haven't they?
My word. He wants to be in charge and no one else will take over. Now, it's important that Ireland keep that composure, make sure they get the kicking game. Put it into the corner and then apply the pressure. Force the error.
Here's the hero of the night. Damien Blanche, the guy who bought his way to England, paid his own way to get a chance in the game. And it's paid off for him. He's had experience in Super League. And he's got experience here tonight in the World Cup in the colours of Ireland. He's got a hat-trick as well. It's put Ireland ahead. Here's Michael Platt. Platt is tackled about 11 metres out. Tonga looking weary. And Ireland with their tails. Oh, and Tandy has gone without the ball.
Bill, that isn't a problem. They're in the right part of the field. All of the Irish talk has to be about putting the effort into defence. When they have the ball, just keeping control of it will be sufficient here. But they lost the ball there. Tandy just juggles it forward. This is now where the focus and concentration has to be. Tackles have to be good. You have to control the ball, prevent the opposition from offloading, and somehow dominating that ruck area. As Antonio Kafusi just bumps through 2 or 3 tackles.
It's amazing, though, Bill, that Ryan Tandy, he took his eye off the football at a crucial moment.
Is that an attempted 40-20?
Well, Platt's just let that one go.
Oh, my word.
It's not another
We saw
clanger
two
from Platt. It
is. We saw 2 from France yesterday down in Canberra. And now, Folletti Matteo has pulled out the one wood, so to speak, with his kicking bag. And he's kicked this. It's a 40-10. What a fantastic effort. There isn't enough urgency from Platt to get there. I'm not so sure he would have in any case, but in fact it's almost 2 metres short of the try line, and he believes this could be the winning play.
Amazing, isn't it? He could have lost it for his country with his tongue and could have won it for his country with his boot.
What a kick that was from the number 6, playing on his own pitch. He knows the dimensions of this pitch. He knows all about where to hit the ball, where the bunkers are, where the rough is.
It's one of the best pitches I've ever seen. I walked on it before the game. The groundsman's job is absolutely immaculate. Every line is perfect. Every blade of grass almost sits in the right position. And now Ireland defenders need to be in the right position, because this is going to be a very intense 60 seconds.
There's 8 minutes on the clock here. Ireland are ahead by 20 points to 18. They need to stand firm here now. They need to stand firm against the challenge of Willie Manu.
He's had a big game, hasn't he, the loose forward. Caused all sorts of problems.
Matteo runs across the field and then links up with Lapini Paya, the captain. Tavita Liolatu poised, goes to his right. Here's Williams, and Williams will try his luck. Good defence, Ben Harrison in there, helping to make the tackle for the Irish. Liam Finn too. 3 tackles gone. Matteo stretching for that one. 3 dummy runners. Options out wide. Big options out wide. They're in the corner. They are. It's SC Tonga who's got the try, or has he? Because once again, the video ref is asked to adjudicate. But SC Tonga celebrates.
Well, they've asked to look at some possible obstruction. I think it would deny the pass of the tournament so far from Michael Jennings on in front of Willie Tonga. Look, the ball goes behind 2 decoy runners. There are options for Matteo to pass the ball to. There are none of the Irish players impeded. There is no collision made with an Irish jersey. And that pass is worthy of a World Cup winning match. I think it will be.
I think if the Irish defence had been moving up quickly, Phil, they may have given the obstruction, but I think that will be confirmation, and it will be a heartbreak for the Irish. Has Tonga
Now, mate. It's a couple of minutes.
scored for Tonga?
He reckons so, and it doesn't look as though Paul Simkis is going to hang around with this one. This one to put Tonga back in front. 22-20 the scoreline, and Ireland, well, they just ran out of numbers out wide there.
It's amazing just how easy Feletti Matteo made the 40-20 kick look, and it's also pretty impressive the pass there from Jennings. He makes that look easy in slow motion. I can tell you that's like throwing a bullseye at a dartboard from about 20 metres out. It's a fantastic effort. He's running across field. He has to time the ball, predict and put it in front of Tonga, and they'll enable him to get outside of Blanche. It's one back now in that battle on the far side of the field, and the Tongan supporters punch the air in delight here now. And will that be sufficient to pick up the 2 points?
Still plenty of time to go, though.
Sixth time the lead has changed in this contest. I mean, that is just an indication of what a game we've had here tonight. Ireland, hands on their hips. There's still time, lads.
And in many ways, Bill, this is what the World Cup is all about, isn't it? To give the lower nations the opportunity. And if this game tonight doesn't attract many, many youngsters from either country into our wonderful, wonderful game, I'll leave my hat. It's been tremendous.
Feletti Matteo then had an eventful night, and this one was just about on the touchline. To put a bit more daylight between Tonga and Ireland in this pool 3 game. He's given that one every chance, but it's not going to come back in from outside those posts. 22 points to 20. One last effort maybe from the Irish. They need to lift now.
Will we see the error from the kickoff? It was a beautifully worked try. Jennings' pass. Blanche tried everything he knew, but the upper body weight from Tonga was just a little bit too much.
So Ireland go hunting that error. 6 minutes on the clock. McIlorum putting a shoulder in there. Oh, and they get the error. Ireland will get the ball back.
No advantage, he'll put the scrum down.
It was Manafakusi who actually came up with the error. I think Ireland's defender sprinted up so quickly, he took his eye off the ball. And I say, if the Irish have the belief, you know, the penalty count's about 15-7 in their favour, which means they've had more of the possession. The Tongan side have had to do more defence, and the Irish players have to believe that they are the fresher side going into this last 5 minutes.
It just shows you the pressure. Take your eye off the football at a vital moment. The knock-on is there. Ireland are poised. Can they finish the job? You get the feeling the next try to be scored from either side will seal it.
They need cool heads out there now in this Irish side. Fitzpatrick, darting across the field, almost wrong-footed. Willie Manu there just put the brakes on Carl Fitzpatrick and very nearly ducked under the tackle. Grix. Duran now. Lee Duran, though, is tackled by Feletti Matteo. Tonga defending this narrow lead as Haggerty goes on the charge. Remember, he's tried for Harlequins at Warrington. What a wonderful score that was. Oh, he'd love to repeat that. Here's Grix. And Grix is all wrapped up.
Got to try the dummy runner. They've got to confuse the Tonga defence. Unselfish running.
Here's Tandy. Tandy, a looping ball. They couldn't take it. Play on, says the referee. No, he doesn't. He brings them back for the knock-on, and it's Tonga who celebrate the error. And it was a loose pass, and it was Tandy. And it's Tandy there. You can see his head in his hands. The anguish for the Irish.
The game isn't over. The referee stops the clock. And as Tandy throws a pass,
come on, mate.
Doesn't look a natural pass of the ball, does it? It's above Fitzpatrick.
Tighten,
the ball goes forward.
Well,
By the time Platt has it, the referee's already blown his whistle.
Sadly for the prop forward, Tandy, that's the second big error. They've got to try to keep Tonga down in their own quarter.
Well, Ireland still in with a chance of pulling off the most famous result in their rugby league history. The nation has only been involved in international competition since 1996.
Back here. Hold.
But there is still time. 4 minutes on the clock. They trail by the 2 points.
4.
It does look as though Tonga are going to get away with it. And Tavita Leolatu, as he has done all night, going off on a sniping run.
Hold. Move.
He's had a tremendous game. Looks as though he's got a bit of cramp.
And in fact, just hearing that Tavita Leolatu has been named man of the match, or Richards just hesitated. He maybe could have come for it.
It came off his boot. He should have gone with it with the hands.
Just
that could be it.
Leolatu man of the match, and he's leaving the field in actual fact. As we see that kick, and Pat Richards just pulling out of that one, and Tonga have the opportunity now to wrap this game up in the last 3 minutes here.
Move.
They're in possession, but Ireland will get it back.
Richard also attempting to offload the ball. Bezic came up with it. Now, is there any speed in the Irish side? Who to get it out wide here now? Where's Blanche?
Gleeson. Blanche. It's Blanche on the inside. Oh, he couldn't get it to Gleeson. And it's Tonga who have it back. This game is providing the drama right to the final whistle. That time it was Blanche on the inside, Gleeson on the out, and...
Well, Tonga have gone, Bill. So many of their players can hardly walk.
And Ireland sense that maybe. They know that possibly, here we go with Damien Blanche. Well, he's been on the outside all night and benefited from it, but he just couldn't get the pass away to Gleeson. But here come Tonga. One last effort from them. Damien Blanche, a hat-trick tonight, but what he would have given to set up a try on that occasion. Tonga. And the referee stops the clock. Well, Leolatu is still out there. I thought they were taking him off, but...
well, I think he's trying to kid the referee. That's the second occasion. He looked as though he's got cramp, as though he's got a broken leg.
I'm so gullible.
And then 5 seconds later, he's racing away. 15, 20 metres. They'll just try to camp down there, surely.
Jennings. Try scorer tonight. The first try of the game, in fact, for Tonga, Michael Jennings. Here's Folletti Matteo. Now, Kafusi, and Kafusi still going, just flung the ball out the back door, and fortunately for him, Talanoa was there. That's the 5th tackle. Tonga playing the game at the right end of the field. Just seeing time out here now, hoping that they can maybe wrap this one up. It's a good kick, but it's well taken by Richards, and they'll get the ball back on the 20. Have they got time here?
Well, it has to be a control restart. It doesn't suit Ireland. They'd want to go as quickly as possible. The referee has to blow his whistle before Ireland can start play again. And with the Tongan player injured in the in-goal area, he finally does blow that whistle for Stuart Littler to take it. Still 70 metres from the Tongan try line.
The ball with Richards. Richards.
And he's not
lost possession. And with it goes the last opportunity maybe for Ireland to pull off a World Cup shock here tonight.
Well, 2 errors from the experienced Pat Richards. Remember, he should have gone for the high kick with his hands. He didn't. And on this occasion, he's lost possession. Just couldn't drag it in. Good work from Cooper Vuna, the winger. It's been an up and down day for this fella. Narky.
The trainer says it's okay, you can get up now.
I'm not interested. Go in. Don't bother me.
And Steve Ganson still chirping away at the Tongans. Well, they'll know all about the referee from Britain now, if they didn't beforehand.
Well, he'll need a lozenge, won't he? After this game, he's been non-stop. Well, he can ask some of the Tonga players, because I'm sure they've got some, because they've done exactly the same thing. It's been natta, 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 natta.
Luaki slowly making his way back to help form the scrum now on the halfway line. Tonga, Ireland, well, 30 seconds left for them. Tonga in possession.
Oh, it looks as though it was going to offload.
Right to the end, they're willing to try it. Minute on the clock. And they've come up with the error. Ireland will get another opportunity.
Set the scrum. They've got less than a minute, which will mean they can build for maybe 2 or 3, play the balls. They've been looking for the speed of Damien Blanche. It was a big hit there, wasn't it, from Haggerty, that put them in a confusion. All they had to do was stick it up the jumper. And they are looking out on their feet, Tonga.
And the Blarney army on the far side of the ground from us is cheering their side on for one last effort. One last effort from the guys in green, and Platt belts the kick downfield. Damien Blanche will chase it. It'll bounce behind them, and it's gonna come up for Tonga. It could have gone anywhere. It went into the arms of a red-shirted Tongan player.
But why did they kick so early? They had nearly a full minute to work on. If it was only seconds, I could believe it. But why did they kick for?
Well, the kick because they thought they had to get downfield. It was a play they went for.
Jennings trying to get away.
The ball's come free here.
And the penalty goes against Ireland. It was a desperate attempt from Gleeson to kid the officials there, but he stole that ball in the tackle. And it's just flung into touch with 5 seconds on the clock. The referee is just asking whether the siren has actually gone. The Irish players are on their feet, and in the end, Steve Ganson blows the whistle on this World Cup contest. Ireland, gallant losers, but they are out on their feet. Out on their feet after a fantastic effort. They've come within 2 points of this Tongan side, a Tongan side that was expected to blow them away. But what a great effort from the Irish, a hat-trick from Damien Blanche. They could have won this game. They'll be kicking themselves. They've lost it 22-20.
What a game.